All right. So we'll join up in our chair. Could be a couch, could be anything, as long as it's comfortable. And you want to have it be, you know, the arms on the chair, those kind of get in the way a lot of times because we'll move our legs to the sides. So not having arms on the chair is kind of nice. So we'll sit up tall. Our feet are flat on the floor. You can wiggle your toes, kind of engaging the arches, getting them woken up. And then bring your awareness to your pelvis. And we will notice where our pelvis kind of just is while we're sitting here. And notice if it's kind of tilted forward or tilted back, and where your pelvis naturally wants to hang out. And then we'll start to bring the pelvis a little bit more forward. So if our pelvis was a bowl full of punch, the punch would spill out onto our lap. And then we're tilting the pelvis backwards. So we're tilting our pelvis towards the back of the chair. It takes the arch out of the low back, and your punch would spill out behind you. So we're just going to tilt the pelvis forward and back a few times. Kind of notice how it feels in the low back. And see if you can find where neutral is. So it could be that your seat bones, if you can feel those in the chair, are pointed straight down. So maybe the most pressure in your seat bones. And we're just going to tilt forward and back. And if you want to link the breath, you can exhale as you tilt your pelvis backwards. And inhale as your belly expands, your pelvis tilts and tips at the same time. Very not the appropriate word. Tips forward, and then exhale, tips back. So take a couple more of those, and you can actually start to round the whole spine on the exhale, rounding through the whole spine, even bringing the chin closer to the chest. And on the inhale, tipping the pelvis forward, arching the low back, maybe even bringing the shoulder blades towards each other and bringing the chin up. Do a few more. There is I think, east kind of wind today, so I have to keep my she shed door closed, so we won't have any chicken cameos in class, unfortunately, not today. And then we'll come back to our neutral spine, neutral pelvis, neutral spine. So there's a slight curve in the lower back, slight arch. And we'll bring our shoulders up towards the ears, back and down. We'll bring them up again, back and down. So focus on the squeezing of the shoulder blades when you bring them back. So you inhale up and then exhale back and down. And then we'll just hold here for a moment and check in. See how that starting of movement makes you feel. We'll now tip the chin towards the chest and roll the right ear over to the right shoulder. So there's a couple of variations you can do here. You can extend the left arm so that the arm is extended away from the direction that your head is tilted. Another option is to use the weight of the hand, and we're not pulling the head down, we're actually pressing the head into the hand and resisting with the hand. So figure which one kind of feels the best for you. What kind of stretch do you like? And then if you have your hand on your head, you're going to slowly release. You can take some shoulder rolls. And we're going to tilt the head to the opposite direction. Again, you can extend the arm, the opposite arm, or you can use your hand, and you're pressing your head into your hand if you're doing it this way. So we're not yanking our head down. And then we'll release and come back to neutral. So if you're able to, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the head, kind of at the, my thumbs are at the back of my neck. And I want you to kind of pull up with your head, with your hands, pull your head up a little bit. And you're actually kind of drawing your shoulder blades down, tractioning the neck. There's also some Marmani points back here in the neck. There's actually several. You can draw your thumbs up your neck on either side of the spine. And draw your thumbs up your neck. And then right at the base of the skull, you can kind of lift, kind of draw your thumbs up in there and lift. There's some Marmani up in there as well. Okay, and then we'll release. Come back to neutral. Our mountain pose, our feet are flat on the floor. Stomach is engaged. Pelvis is neutral and we're upright. We'll bring our hands to our heart in Anjali Mudra. So these mudras, and I just read, I think it was this morning or yesterday, that mudras are sign language for yoga. And you can research mudras, and there's probably, for every teacher, there's another explanation as to what a mudra is and what it does. I'm very interested in mudras. You see, a teacher or a practitioner with their hand in a certain way in a pose, and I always wonder what that is. Like, to me, it looked pretentious a little bit because I didn't understand it. So it's a hand gesture, typically, that kind of directs the mind, and it's often used in meditation as well. So the Anjali Mudra, the hands pressed together, kind of like prayer hands, is also a mudra of gratitude. So, and I think right now is an especially important time to kind of count the blessings, be grateful. You see on social media, I don't know if you guys have friends that are, saying, "Oh, I have to work at home with my husband, and I'm ready to kill him," and then try to think about it in a way of, I still have a job, I have a home, I have a roof over my head, and I have a person who loves me close by. I think the negativity is a snowball going down a mountain, basically. Just keeps picking up speed and gets bigger and bigger. Just try to focus on the gratefulness or the gratitude. So we're going to take 4 big breaths here. So you can make them long, you can make them deep. In through the nose, out through the nose. Think of something that you're grateful for, or think of where you can appreciate something. we'll release the mudra, and we're going to take some wrist rolls. So we're going to inhale as we roll the wrist and extend the arm up and overhead. If you want to do a hold of the breath up at the top here, you can do that, or just wrist roll straight back down. Switching sides. Snap, crackle, pop all the way down. Inhale the arms up. And then we're going to exhale, bring the hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. And then we'll take another wrist roll. Bring it up and over. Take that stretch in the hold at the top if you want. And exhale down. So the hold of the breath at the top of the inhale, or at the bottom of the inhale, however, at the end of the inhale, kind of creates more energy. Language has been a difficult thing the last couple days. Whatever is coming in my brain is not coming out of my mouth properly. So we're going to inhale the arms up, push the ceiling away. So we're getting really, really long through the spine, and on the exhale, we will forward fold. So come as forward as you can and still be comfortable on the back. We'll inhale up halfway or part way, bringing your hands out in front. Exhale again and fold. Inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale, Anjali Mudra, hands to the heart. Inhale, wrist roll. I bet my Tom is just out front going bananas over something. I can't help but giggle. He's one of the things I'm grateful for, you know, having this humor and a sense of humor. I don't know, it's so important. And then sweep both arms up, push the ceiling away, extend through the spine, and exhale and fold. And you can take the knees wide if you want as well. Inhale up part way or halfway, and then exhale again and fold. Inhale the arms all the way up. And we're going to exhale and twist to the right. Inhale back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Wrist roll. I don't know if you can hear. I have one of my ladies is outside singing her egg song. And I think that's what's getting my Tom all vocal. Switching sides. Sweep both arms up. Push the ceiling away and exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way back up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. And we're going to exhale, draw one knee up and give it a squeeze if you can. So we're lifting the chest and lifting the knees, squeezing it in. If you can take the knee out to the side even, if that creates a little bit more space. And we'll take some ankle rolls with this lifted leg. And change direction. We'll extend and lower. Sitting up tall, inhale again. Exhale, opposite knee, lift it up. Take some ankle rolls. Change direction. Oh, I was leaning back. Make sure to stay up tall. Extend and lower. Inhale up tall one more time. And then exhale, bring the hands through to the heart. Good. Wrist roll. Last time through this flow. Switching sides. Sweep both arms up. Push the ceiling away and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale again and fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right knee up. Give it a squeeze. Then we're going to inhale, extend the leg. Foot is flexed. And we'll lower that right heel down. We'll bring the hands to the left thigh. Now you can be completely straight up and down, or you can start to hinge forward at the hip. So the lower back, if you want to reach back, place your hand on your lower back. It should feel flat, not rounded. So the chest still stays lifted. Like you have this beautiful, well, in my case, scarf on, and you want to show it off. We'll draw the right heel back, inhale the arms up, and exhale, reach for the left knee. Give it a squeeze in. Inhale, extend, left foot is flexed, left leg is straight. We'll lower the left heel down, hands on the right thigh. Again, lift up tall, and then you can hinge forward fold here. So it's not a huge fold. It's just I'm pretty much at a right angle, actually, between my head to my hip and then my hip to my foot. And my foot is flexed of the straight leg. We'll draw the left heel back, inhale the arms up, and exhale, bring the hands to the heart. All right, we're gonna walk our seat bones back into our chair, as far back as you can, and then walk them forward again. So your seat bones are right on the edge of the chair. We're going to circle the torso, come around to the side. And so you can even bring your hands to your stomach, the sides of your belly, basically, and notice where it becomes hard here, when your abdomen becomes engaged. We're waking up our ab muscles. You can even notice the weight shift from one seat bone to the other. If you're a equestrian, so you would even kind of notice your seat bones. Notice your seat bones when you're riding. And then switch directions. Oftentimes we will kind of weight one seat bone. I would say if non-equestrians as well, If you're sitting in a chair and you're kind of slumped to one side, be more weight in one seat bone. So you can check in with these little places where we ground ourselves, and then we come back to our mountain pose. We're gonna lean back slightly with our hands out in front. So we're gonna move into a boat pose. So this can be your boat pose. I'm gonna turn to the side just so you can see. So I'm right at the edge of my chair. Literally, I can't go any further off my chair. Your arms could be out in front and you start to slowly lean back. So you want to keep the back very straight. We're not rounding like this. So very straight. You can start to lift one knee and lower. And this is huge even. I mean, because you can feel your core engaged here. If your back starts to get sore, if this is, you know, having a strong core helps support the back. But if you're working on your core and your back starts to hurt, it means like your back muscles are kind of picking up the slack for your ab muscles. I mean, there's other causes as well, but I've had that happen to me. Maybe if you want, you can pick up both feet. If it's really, really difficult, sometimes it's you're not up far enough away, far enough to the edge of your chair. Start to lean back, lift the knees. You can hold the knees if you want, kind of stabilize, get some balance. You can start to straighten the legs or have the shins parallel with the floor and reach. And then we'll come back. Whew. That one's always so hard. But I feel like a rock star when I do it. All right. We are going to bring our right leg out to the right. So it's going to be opposite. You're going to do opposite of what I am doing. So we're going to take our right leg out to the right. The left leg can be bent. It can be straight. You can flex the foot. You can place the foot flat on the floor. And we're going to turn towards our right leg. You want to look down and make sure that your right knee is over your toes. Like they're all pointed in the same direction. We have such tight hips. What happens is our knee kind of comes to the inside. Our foot stays where it is, but our knee comes in. We're going to keep drawing that knee out. You can stay here, or you can start to raise one or both arms up towards the ceiling. The hands, if they're both overhead, the palms are facing each other. Imagine a great big beach ball overhead. We'll take just a couple breaths here. So we'll inhale and exhale. And on our next inhale, we're going to open up so that our torso is facing the phone or camera, tablet, computer, whatever, like we would normally sit in the chair, but the right leg is still carving out to the right. We're going to inhale, the arms are up. Exhale, bicep curl, coming down to like a goddess arms or cactus arms. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, imagine you're pulling something down like a strap or something. You're kind of using your own resistance. Squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale the arms up. And last time, exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you bring your arms in goddess. We'll bring them back out. We're going to take an inhale, flip the right palm up and bring it up towards the ceiling. So there'll be a line from your hip crease on the right side all the way up to your fingertips. So you can be straight up. You can start to lean back. Use the chair, use your hip, you know, for balance. If it's comfortable for your head and neck, you can look up towards your right hand. And if you're like me, your right knee just kind of slid in. Make sure you're still carving that out. We'll inhale back to our arms to a T. We'll inhale here. And then we're going to exhale, bring our right forearm towards our right thigh or on our right thigh. The left hand can come all the way up if that's comfortable. You palm facing the device, or you can rotate the arm and have the palm facing down overhead. So this creates another long line from your foot, your left foot, all the way up to your left fingertips. If it's comfortable on your neck, you bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. And we'll inhale back, arms to a T. We might bring the right knee in a little bit. We're gonna bend the left leg, goddess legs. So both knees are bent, feet and knees are wide. So you look down at your knee and your foot and make sure that your kneecap is pointing kind of to the middle of your toes. So maybe second, third toe, generally. We'll take a couple breaths here. You can come back to your goddess arms. You can be a giving goddess. Bring your hands out in front. The pinky finger side of the hands facing out. And even without moving, you can turn something as simple as this into an exercise. So your arms are getting a workout here, holding them up. Your legs, if you're actively pulling the legs wide, you know, there's a lot more engaged. I maybe just look like I'm sitting here, but there's a lot going on. Okay, we'll walk the right leg in a little bit and straighten it. So you can straighten it or you can keep it bent. Your foot can be flexed or pointed with the foot flat on the floor. And we're going to turn and face the left leg this time. So check your placement of your knee and your ankle and your feet. And we're gonna raise the arms up if that works for you. Palms are facing each other. You can even kind of rotate so your pinkies are facing each other. This brings your shoulder blades wide on your back. Protracted. Take a couple breaths here. Core is engaged. Minding that left knee because mine just fell in again. It's like I focus on my hands and my bottom half falls apart. I focus on my bottom half and my arms get noodly. Kind of part of the practice here. We're going to inhale, open the arms. So we're facing the end of our chair again. We can bring the arms back to goddess position. We're going to inhale the arms up, reaching tall, exhale, pulling down using our own resistance. Inhale up, exhale, pull down. Last time, inhale up and exhale, pull it down. And I've had to correct my left leg like 3 times during that. Bring the arms back out to a T. We're gonna flip the left palm up, and on the inhale, bring it all the way up towards the ceiling if that's comfortable. Your right hand can come to your hip, the chair, behind your back. You can stay completely straight up, or you can start to kind of take a tiny bend here to the side. We'll inhale back to a T. And then on our next exhale, we'll bring the left forearm to the left thigh. The right arm can come up or over. So creating that big long line from the right foot to the right hand. And now I'm questioning myself. Did I say left before? I don't know. Kind of the hardest thing about teaching for me is thinking of the next thing to say and how to say it while also doing something else, which I imagine is probably hard for most teachers. We'll come back to our arms to a T. We'll bring our right leg back, our right foot back. So we're again in our goddess legs. goddess arms. We're gonna inhale tall, sit up tall through the spine. We're gonna exhale right elbow to the right knee. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left elbow, left knee. Come back to center. We'll do one more on each side. Exhale, right elbow, right knee. Back to center. Exhale, left elbow, left knee. And back to center. We'll place our hands on our knees and we're going to tilt the left shoulder in. So we've done this probably in other fitness classes. I've seen this as labeled the goddess twist. Okie dokie. Come back to center. Right shoulder towards the center. Tilting it forward and down. And back to center. We'll bring the legs back to the middle. And we're going to rock 3-4 times and then eventually come up to a standing position. So without using momentum, I did say rock, but we're not rocking. You maybe reach out in front, shift your weight forward, pressing your weight in the heels, start to lift up a little bit. Lower back down. Come forward, push through the heels, lift up a little bit and back down. We'll do 2 more. Lift and lower down as slowly as you can. And this time we'll come all the way up. Woo. And march it out. I'm going to take my scarf off. So we're going to move behind the chair. If you have 2 chairs and you can do it one in front and one behind, that's great. Make sure you can see me. All right. Now this can still be done in the chair as well, but with lifting the knees up instead of placing them backwards. So we're going to inhale the arms up. And then exhale, place the hands on the back of the chair, step back, arms are straight, legs are straight. This is your downward facing dog. Now you can bend your knees, definitely here. It's a definite shoulder opener here. As your legs start to straighten, it kind of gets into the hamstrings. On our next inhale, we'll look up at the chair or towards the, the feet of the chair, the legs of the chair, and we're going to step the right foot forward on the exhale. So I'm up on the ball of my left foot. My right knee is bent. I can raise one or both arms up. And then exhale, place the hands, lift the right leg up and back. Move it back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, look at the chair. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale up, one or both arms. Back leg is very straight. It's very strong, engaged, like you're lifting this right thigh up towards the ceiling. And we're going to exhale. Place the hands on the chair, step up and back for your down dog. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, look at the chair. Exhale, step both feet forward. Shoulder blades are down your back as you inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, both arms up, maybe a small back bend at the top. Exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, place the hands on the chair, step back into your down dog. Inhale, look at the chair. Exhale, like you're stepping over something. Take a big step over, bring your right foot forward. Inhale, one or both arms up. Exhale, place the hands, stepping up and over as you go back. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, look at the chair. Exhale, step up and over. Left foot comes forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, place the hands, step back again into your down dog. Inhale, look at the chair. Exhale, step both feet forward. Inhale, up on the balls of the feet. Chest is lifting up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, keeping our right foot facing the chair, we're going to step back with the left foot. So my hips actually are facing away from my chair. So my right hip is facing the chair. My left hip is facing the back of the room. My foot, my back foot is perpendicular to the front. So my left toes are pointed to the left. My right toes are pointed towards the chair. We're gonna bend that right knee. Left leg is straight. Sometimes it helps if you have a very, very, very close stance, helps to take a bigger step. So this is our warrior two position. We're not gonna worry about the arms right now, but I want you to draw your heels towards each other isometrically. So nothing moves, but our legs engage. So we're pulling our feet towards each other, even though nothing is moving. So this creates a lot of engagement. If you want to float the arms, the right arm will kind of hover over the right leg. The left arm, you can look down, should be over the left leg. And your gaze or your drishti should be over your right fingertips or over the chair. And keep coming back to that engagement in the thighs, pulling the heels towards each other, or the feet towards each other. And then we'll lower the hands. And we're gonna step the left foot back to meet the right. Now I'm going to move my chair just so I can still see you. So I'm facing the chair, and I'm going to take a step back with the right foot and pivot the right foot so it's perpendicular to the left. My left leg is bent, my right leg is straight, and I'm pulling my feet towards each other. My right leg is, and toes, my knees and my left foot and knee are facing the chair. My right leg is behind me. My pelvis is facing to the right now. And the arms will lift. In a matted class, I would say, your hips are open to the right side of your mat. But if you're at home and you're not using a mat, then it's kind of doesn't make any sense. So the arms can be up, and look that your left hand is over your left leg and your right arm is over the right. And your drishti now is over your left fingertips. And you're pulling your feet towards each other. You can lower the arms, and we'll step the right foot up to meet the left, and you can march it out. Okay. Standing feet side by side, maybe about 2 fist distance apart, hip width. And we're pulling our mat apart. Right leg is pulling to the right, left leg is pulling to the left, but nothing moves. You can imagine having a big belt buckle, and you're tilting that belt buckle up towards the ceiling. So legs are pulling, belt buckle is up. You can have your arms down at your side or back to Anjali Mudra, hands at the heart. You can close your eyes for a moment. If balance is a thing with the eyes closed, you can open the eyes, or you can place one hand on the chair. So keeping that engagement, keeping the feeling of this Tadasana or mountain pose in the legs, you're going to shift your weight to the right leg, and you're going to point the left knee out to the left. So my left knee and toes are pointed out to the left, and I'm up on the ball of my foot, on my left foot. I can bring that foot back. So the closer they are together, the harder it is balance-wise. If that's easy for you, maybe you start to bring the bottom of your left foot to your right calf. We're working on this sensation of, again, making that left leg, or allowing the left leg to kind of move to the left, kind of point to the left. And we can pressing the left foot into the right and pressing the right into the left, sandwiching everything in close to the midline. If you want to up the challenge even more, you can close your eyes. Even for a second. Very challenging. And we're going to take a few more breaths here. Maybe let's do 3 more, because I've been talking quite a bit. And slowly we let that left leg come down, and we'll march it out. Okay, back to our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Feet are pulling apart. Everything is engaged. Our belt buckle is tilting up. And then we'll bring our weight to the left side. Come up onto the ball of the right foot, the right knee pointing out to the right. You can start to bring it in or up, keeping your chair nearby for balance. Once you feel stable here, you can release the chair, bring your hands to a mudra or any variation that you want. Maybe you want your arms up and out. And here's another place where drishti is important, your focus. So if you're focusing your eyes on a spot that isn't moving, kind of out and in front of you, not another person, not the image on the device. I find also when my mind is a little bit more scattered, it's that much harder to focus. I mean, obviously, right? Duh. But, and I mean duh to like myself here. But balance is so much harder when you're not focused. Take another inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll lower that foot down. Whew, and march it out. Okay, we're going to shift the weight back to the right foot. And we're going to lift the left hip. So my fingers right now are on my hip bone. And I'm just lifting that left hip. Maybe I'll get a little closer. So both legs are straight, and I'm just lifting that hip and lowering it down. And you can do this while you're seated as well. We'll lift, and then see if you can even just rotate it back slightly and lower it back down. Lift, rotate back slightly and down. We'll do it one more time. Lift, rotate back slightly and down. So you notice that's a big weightlifting exercise for this right leg. And we'll march it out. And we'll do the same thing for the right hip. So we're going to shift our weight to the left. And now I have nothing to hang on to. We're going to lift the right hip and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And sadly, I didn't count, so we'll do what feels right on this side. And then we'll lift, draw it back and lower. We'll do 2 more. Lift, draw it back and lower. Whoop. And one more time, lift, draw it back, and lower. So big weight lifting on this side now. So march it out. I'll go back to my chair. And so you have, you know, if you've taken more classes with me or a few classes with me, you know what we do next. You can sit, squeeze your glutes, or you can have your legs very close together. Imagine a zipper, zipping them up so everything is pressing in, and you could take a chair pose. So the knees are bent, the booty is back. You should be able to look down and see your feet. Another variation, maybe a little bit easier for balance, is hip width or maybe a little bit wider depending on how you feel. You make your pose here, keeping the knees apart if your feet are apart. And then again, you can take goddess, knees and toes pointing in the same direction. Getting all kinds of notifications on my watch. So we'll take our variation. We're going to take 5 breaths here. And our last breath, inhale. And exhale, lower all the way into the chair. Make sure it's there before you plop down. And come back into our mountain pose. Oh my goodness, class went by fast. Holy smokes. We'll work on our hands here. So let's shake them out. And take some shoulder rolls. For me, I tend to get really, really tight in the shoulders. So we want to keep, in this exercise, you want to keep the shoulders relaxed. Try not to draw them up. Want to keep them relaxed all the time. So we're going to take the karate chop for the pinky side part of the hand, and we're going to tap. I'm going to come up closer again. Need a camera person that can zoom in and out. And then we'll tap the heels of the hands. And just little taps, you know, don't do it to the point where it hurts, but little taps. You can go more, you can tap harder if that's comfortable, but definitely no need to go too hard. And now this is very tender. The key, or the bottom of the thumb, we're tapping, keeping the shoulders down because I just scooched them back up again. And then you're gonna take your flat palm and where your rings would be on your knuckles, and we're gonna tap, punching into your palm. And switch, so your other palm is open and you're punching into this one. If you're feeling a little less yogic and you want to like picture somebody, you can do that. No, just kidding. There was one exercise, like a guided meditation I did when I first started. And I was talking about like throwing your problems in a river or a stream and just imagining it travel, you know, like a leaf on the water kind of traveling by. And one of the ladies in class said, can it be a person? Like, oh my God. Yeah, I guess. Take the backs of your hands and we're going to tap the backs of the hands, the back of both hands together. Oh my God. I think a lot of people want to imagine yoga as being all like you know, sunshine and rainbows and beautiful and relaxing. And there's some pretty dark parts to yoga. I mean, yeah, or where it started from anyway. And we'll switch. So now your other palm is facing you and the backs of the hands are tapping. Okay, and then we'll interlace the fingers and tap the bases of the fingers together. So if your hands are really, really tight and this is hard, just, you know, if they don't make it all the way in, that's fine. Just do what you can. If they don't move very freely, that's okay as well. Just tap what you can. And then if your shoulders have creeped up again, like mine have, bring them back down. So you're going to hold and you're going to switch all the fingers by one. So this probably feels weird now, and then you go to tapping again. I haven't seen anybody look at their hands yet. It's kind of like, now I have 3 thumbs. How did that happen? So we'll hold, and then we'll take the webbing between the thumb and the forefinger, and we're going to tap there. My dry skin on my hand is leaving like skin flakes on my pants from this hand work here. Kind of gross. And then we'll switch. Keep tapping. I would never be able to commit a crime. They'd find my DNA everywhere. So, and then we'll stop, and our hands, they might be white and flaky like mine, but they feel energized. So there's prana flowing through them, or chi, or life force. And you're going to take your hands and place them on a body part or body parts that is challenging to you. Could be the first thing you think of, or it could be something a little bit more subtle. So you find those spots and you place your hands there. You're going to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, and you're going to bring your awareness to those spots. Notice the heat. We're sending love, we're sending energy. You know, you could be sending healing vibes. And I don't think it hurts to send gratitude to those spots. And the chances are you're grateful for those spots because you are still using them. You know, if your knees are sore, chances are you still used your knees today. So take just a few more breaths here. Sending that love and appreciation, that energy. And we're going to very slowly remove our hands off those spots, wherever they might be. You can walk your seat bones back a little bit or forward, wherever, just to find the most comfortable position in your chair. You can do the Anjali Mudra, hands at the heart, in prayer position. And I invite you to think of areas in which you are experiencing abundance or joy or gratitude. So read through all the things that maybe irritate you during this or challenge you during this time. Tease that all out and look for something that you can be grateful for. And just like negativity can be like a snowball turning into an avalanche, gratitude can do the same thing. We focus on it. Sometimes it's harder. If you're saying, be the change you want to see in the world, so we'll be the change. We'll be grateful together. Hopefully, even in the clouds and the rain and the darkness, we can still send out love and light and gratitude. And take just a few more breaths here. We're focusing on that gratitude. And then we'll place our hands one on top of the other at the heart, over the heart. And we'll thank ourselves for practicing together this morning. May we all feel love. May we all feel grateful. May we all feel connected. And may we have the strength, courage, and balance to overcome any obstacles before us. From my heart to your heart, peace. I'm so grateful for you guys. Wow. Trying to unmute, but I'm not sure it's working.